Today, what I'd like to do is share with you a few tips on how to adapt your small business during this lockdown period. Let's start with tip number one. As you might have noticed, I love having fun with business, and this is our tip number one. So, tip number one is keep business fun. So, while all this is changing, all the way that we are currently working and delivering our services, some technical challenge might come up because some of those technologies might be new for you to use. Some of you might never have been online at all. It might be a real challenge. Others might already be a little accustomed to delivering your services online, but still every day we are learning on the new gadgets and new technology. I have just myself learned something absolutely new yesterday about a feature on Zoom. We learn every day, and I've been trying new tools. I've been trying, in addition to Zoom, I've been trying other streaming tools, some that I like, some that I don't like. So this is exactly what I'm talking about in point number one. Keep business fun. I was being interviewed last week, and with the host of the platform, the hub, we were going to try out something new, a new platform, and it didn't work out. But we laughed about it, we explained to our viewers, and it's okay. Now is the time to try things. Now is the time to actually try new tools, try new things, and it's okay if it doesn't work. Tip number two is nurture your existing clients, audience, community. Don't be afraid to give and share. So, what do I mean by nurture your existing clients, audience, and community? So before the lockdown, you might have had a following, a nice group of people following you online, and because of all the changes, because of the sudden change of circumstances, you might have had to take some time back to reflect, to plan, to strategize, and that's absolutely fine. But if you are running a small business, you have to remember that you must still communicate with your audience, with your clients. So if you are taking a little bit of time to refocus, which is absolutely fine, you must keep your audience, your clients, your community informed. Let them know either by email, either by a group message, or even contact them individually. So it's very important. Stay in touch with your audience and be transparent, be honest while staying professional. Don't be afraid to give and to share. Uh, During those challenging times, during the lockdown, it's very important to be there for your community, for your clients. The focus should not be about making money, although it can be very tempting at the moment because you have this wide pool of internet markets accessible at the tip of the fingertip. It might be very enticing to focus on more business rather than focusing on what you already have. So your priority number one should always be what you have first. A bit like in life, cherish what you have first, and then if you get more, then it's a bonus. So don't be afraid to give more during these times. Don't be afraid to share a little bit more than you would usually during these times, because remember, now are challenging times, and in challenging times, one will remember the people who were there for them in business and in life. So that's tip number two. Nurture your existing clients, the ones you have now. Don't be afraid to give and share. Number three, we are already on tip number three. Tip number three is think of the long term And it goes back really to what I mentioned earlier. The people that you are connecting with, that you are staying connected with, and you are connecting right now. I mean, it's amazing. Creating new connections at the moment is simply great with the internet. And this can be followed up later, hopefully, when we go back to some sort of normality. So think of the long term. Take your time, don't rush things. Remember, business is not about selling, it's about connecting, creating trust, helping others with your business, your products, and your service. So take your time. Learn new business skills in the process. Learn new business skills. Challenge yourself a little bit or not. If you have decided that you are currently on survival mode and focusing on what is happening at home, that's absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you have decided that now is the time for you to either start a small business or grow or maintain your small business, so you have really the options. There's no right, no wrong. You have the options. But what I'm saying is, if you decide to maintain or grow your small business or even start your business during this time, by challenging yourself to learn and try new things at the moment, it will help you going forward with your business, not only with the skills that you are acquiring right now, but also because you are growing as a person to be more endurance and resilient. And that's very, very important when you run a small business, which is think on the long term, learn new business skills, new life skills. I know I personally have learned some new skills, life skills actually. Tip number 4 that I'd like to share, which will be the last one for today, is new ways to connect online. If you weren't online before the lockdown, because we're sharing tips to adapt with the lockdown, if you weren't online during the lockdown and you've decided to try, great. It's a great move. Now is the right time, as we were saying earlier with tip number 1. Try new things and have fun with it. But there's few things you need to remember, whether it's something new that you're doing or something that you are still doing. So when you connect online, you have to remember to be consistent. So um, be consistent with your audience. So if you're planning events online, make sure you show up. Make sure you don't cancel them last minute. It will make your business look unreliable. So make sure you are consistent in the delivery of whatever you are delivering online. Show up ready. Show up. You are your business. I'm a very strong believer of you are your business. You represent your brand. Show up online as your business. Um, Engaged in a new way. So maybe you might want to incorporate a little bit of social into what you're delivering. If you're delivering workshops or classes online, you might want to add a little bit of social breaks during your delivery. I know that I do. I incorporate a little bit of social into our business chats. And yes, being professional doesn't mean adding your personal touch. Everyone delivers their services and runs their business in a particular way, and that should come across not only in the physical world, but you can definitely bring that across online. So remember to um, stay yourself, be yourself, uh, online and offline. People will relate more and will feel the connection better when you are authentic, when your business is authentic. This was my last point, my last tip, how to tweak what you are currently delivering online, or if you want to venture yourself in trying new things with your small business and adapt your business online. As I said, I'll love to connect with all of you ladies in one of your events. Thank you very much, Sandra, for allowing me to connect here and share my story, introduce myself shortly, and share those business tips to adapt business online. I do also run a free Facebook business group for startup entrepreneurs and small business owners who want to get some tips to implement every week. This is something that I have set up free, completely free of charge, only during lockdown. So, only during lockdown, I have set up those group where every week in a small group online, we focus on one small business task in a group as a group, and we move our businesses, small businesses forward. So this is on Tuesdays. I will share the details with all of you, or you can check CCGM Consulting Limited Facebook page to find out the details. You can, of course, get in touch with me if you want to have a quick business chat. You can do that. A 20 minutes online business chat, absolutely free as well. I'm here for you, and everyone can do this. Together we can. Together we can help each other. And it's all about what Sandra and Niba Wimbledon is trying to achieve here. So thank you so much for listening to me and allowing me to share and introduce myself. Thank you so much, everyone, and see everyone very soon online.